Have you ever felt like a volcano, ready to erupt at the slightest provocation? Maybe it's the driver who cuts you off, a comment that rubs you the wrong way, or just one of those days where everything seems to go wrong. You feel that heat rise, your fists clench, and suddenly anger takes over. If that sounds familiar, then you need to hear the story of Imran. In a small, sun-drenched village lived a man named Imran. He was known not for his kindness or his craft, but for his fiery temper. The slightest inconvenience would set him off. A rooster crowing too early, a merchant charging a little extra, even the wind blowing dust his way. It was all enough to ignite his rage. He'd shout, he'd blame, he'd point fingers at everyone and everything. "This world is designed to annoy me," he would often grumble, his face a permanent storm cloud. He believed his lack of peace was everyone else's fault. The world was unfair, people were inconsiderate, and he was the victim of it all. But anger is a heavy burden to carry. Day after day, Imran's rage chipped away at his own happiness. His shoulders were always tense, his stomach in knots. The fleeting satisfaction of an outburst was always followed by a long, bitter aftertaste of regret and exhaustion. He pushed away friends, strained his family relationships, and found himself utterly alone, trapped in a prison of his own making. The peace he so desperately craved seemed further away than ever. He wasn't just angry anymore, he was miserable. He looked in the mirror one morning and saw a tired, bitter man he didn't recognize. The reflection scared him. He realized that this path was leading him to a lonely, unhappy end. He knew, deep down, that something had to change. Driven by this quiet desperation, Imran heard whispers of a wise old monk who lived in a secluded monastery atop the highest hill overlooking the village. They said the monk had a way of seeing into people's souls and could calm the most turbulent storms of the mind. Swallowing his pride, a feeling as foreign to him as tranquility, Imran made the long, arduous journey up the winding path. He found the monk sitting peacefully under a Bodhi tree, a gentle smile on his face, radiating a calm that was almost tangible. It was the very peace Imran had been searching for his entire life. He poured out his heart, his voice thick with years of frustration. He told the monk about his explosive anger, his constant agitation, and how he felt the world was conspiring against him. The monk listened patiently, his gaze never wavering. When Imran finally fell silent, exhausted from his own confession, the monk spoke, his voice as soft as the rustling leaves above them. "Imran," he began, "you are searching for peace outside of yourself, but it can only be found within. You believe others are throwing dirt at you, but you are the one choosing to catch it." The monk then shared a simple yet profound teaching. "Anger," he said, "is like holding a hot coal with the intent of throwing it at someone else. You are the one who gets burned. When your mind is disturbed by anger, it's like looking at your reflection in boiling water. You can't see anything clearly." Imran was taken aback. He had always seen his anger as a weapon against others, a shield to protect himself. He never considered that he was its primary victim. The monk continued, "You have spent your life reacting. A reaction is instant, instinctive, and thoughtless. The key to peace is not to react, but to respond. A response is conscious, considered, and chosen." He then offered Imran a practical piece of advice. "The next time someone provokes you, imagine they are throwing a handful of dirt at you. You have two choices. You can stand there and let it hit you, becoming dirty and angry. Or you can simply take one step to the side and let it fly past. The dirt was never yours to begin with. Your reaction is the only thing that makes it stick." This simple analogy struck Imran like a bolt of lightning. The power wasn't in the hands of the person throwing the dirt. It was in his own feet. in his own choice to step aside. Imran left the monastery with a newfound sense of hope. The monk's words echoed in his mind. He decided to put this teaching into practice. It wasn't easy. The very next day, a cart splashed muddy water on his clean clothes. The old Imran would have exploded in a fury of curses, but this time, he remembered the monk's words. He closed his eyes, took a deep, slow breath, and imagined the splash as a handful of dirt flying past him. He felt the initial surge of heat, the familiar tightening in his chest. But instead of letting it consume him, he observed it. He consciously chose not to react. He simply sighed, looked at his clothes, and thought, well, they can be washed. It was a small victory, but it felt monumental. He continued this practice diligently. When a neighbor's goat ate his prize-winning cabbages, he took a breath and chose to have a calm conversation instead of a shouting match. When a customer haggled disrespectfully, he took a breath and chose to smile and stand firm on his price without hostility. With every conscious choice to respond instead of react, Imran felt a layer of his old, hardened self peel away. He started to realize that the anger didn't truly come from other people or external events. They were just triggers. The anger itself, the hot coal, was something he was creating and holding on to within his own mind. He had been willingly burning himself for years, blaming others for the smoke. The transformation was gradual but profound. The permanent scowl on his face was replaced by a gentle calmness. His neighbors, once wary of him, began to greet him with smiles. Children, who used to run from his path, now approached him without fear. Imran discovered a lightness in his being he had never known. The world hadn't changed at all. The roosters still crowed, merchants still haggled, and carts still splashed mud. What had changed was Imran. He had discovered the space between a trigger and his response, and in that space, he found his freedom. He found his peace. Years passed, and Imran became known not for his temper, but for his unshakable serenity. People from his village and beyond would come to him, seeking advice on how to find their own inner peace. He would sit with them, often under the very same village tree where he used to rage, and share the simple wisdom he had learned. Peace does not mean to be in a place where there is no noise, trouble, or hard work, he would tell them, echoing the monk's wisdom. It means to be in the midst of those things and still be calm in your heart. You cannot control what others do, but you can always control how you respond. Control your reactions, and you control your life. The choice to pick up the hot coal or to let it lie is yours alone. And so, the man who was once a slave to his anger became a master of himself, a living testament to the power of choosing peace over pain, response over reaction. His story reminds us all that the key to a tranquil life isn't about changing the world around us, but about mastering the world within us. Thank you so much for watching. If this story resonated with you, please hit that like button and subscribe for more content to help you find your own inner peace. We'd love to have you in our community. Until next time, take a deep breath and choose to respond.